I work at Fringe Arts. We know a lot of you are producing a show in the festival for the first time. Congratulations! I'm here to teach you a little front of house and box office 101. The first thing you need is the basics, furniture. A well-placed table and chairs will do the trick. The key is to connect to your patrons as soon as they walk in the door. Make your patrons feel welcome and give them affirmation that they're in the right place. The second thing you need to run your box office is people. The general rule of thumb is one box officer per every 100 patrons. Otherwise, your lines might get unruly. Place your box office where people have to see you. If your venue has confusing twists and turns, place a volunteer at the entrance and along the way to guide people to where your box office is located.
Hi, welcome to Fringe Arts. The box office is right there.
Perfect!
There are a few basic logical things to have at your box office. The first is a sign that says box office. The second is basic information about your show. The third is a list of ticket prices. If there are things like smoke, strobe lights, nudity, violence, audience participation, or anything else you feel your audience should be warned about, it's always good to include a sign about that too. Then there are a few standard objects that are going to make your life easier when running your box office. The first is a cash box. The second is a cash bank. We recommend $100 worth of small bills, ones, fives, and tens, as well as quarters, especially if there are parking meters in the area, as your patrons will ask for change. The third is a calculator. Everyone's math skills, no matter how simple the equation, can struggle when you are trying to multitask. I recommend a real calculator, not your phone, because your mom will call you while you're trying to tally up a nuanced group sale. It's science. The fourth is a pad of paper and a pen. This is great for things like starting a waiting list if you're sold out, or the names of the reviewer that you just found out is coming 2 seconds ago. Don't get stuck without the ability to write down basic notes. The fifth is your pre-show report. We email this to you 2 hours before each one of your shows. Every box officer you have working should have a copy of this report for a full list of patrons in this performance who bought their tickets to the Fringe Arts home box office. That way, if these patrons arrive without their actual tickets in hand, you can check them off by name. Then we recommend either an Excel spreadsheet or this helpful write-in door sales report, which we will make available for you to download to collect your walk-up patron data. Your patron's name, phone number, email, their ticket type, and the price they paid should be recorded at every point of sale. This list, along with your pre-show report, will give you the complete sales and attendance data for your show. For a little extra income boost, it never hurts to put out a donation jar. Don't forget to stick the first few bucks in yourself for the power of suggestion.
When it comes to your front of house experience, it's good to set boundaries. Meaning literally, identify a threshold in which some sort of credential is needed to get through the door to see the show so that only ticket buyers can cross the boundary. This is where you can place another box office worker or a volunteer. Give them a table and a container to place the tickets. This is a good place also to give out your programs to patrons. There are all kinds of ways you can issue tickets, and feel free to get creative. People can give you their Fringe Arts ticket, or you can have people exchange that ticket for your own unique ticket at the box office, which you can also sell to your walk-up patrons. Or you can use not so unique tickets. Or reusable tickets like Fringe Arts uses. Or even just good old hand stamps or wristbands will do the trick. These work especially well for shows where people have a tendency to come in and out throughout the show, which is common in music performances, when alcohol is being sold, or if there's an intermission. Sometimes venues have multiple boundaries, so plan to have staff and supplies at every door you're going to use. Every venue is different, but people will always be people. That means people will always need to use the bathroom. It's a good idea to make signs that direct people to bathrooms, especially if their locations are not obvious. Also, people will always bring stuff with them to shows, like bike helmets and backpacks. Consider a secure place for your patrons to put their things, especially if there's limited room in your patron's seating area or no seating at all. Remember that things equal noise. Also, consider the weather. If it's raining, put out a bucket for people to put their umbrellas. If it's hot, have free water available. If it's cold, put out a coat rack.
Reserve signs are your friends, especially in shows with general admission seating. There are all kinds of reasons to reserve seats. It's good practice to reserve seats by the back or by your entrance door for late arriving patrons. It's also good practice to reserve seats for your VIPs or members of the press. We save on paper and hassle by laminating our reserved signs and writing in the names with erasable whiteboard markers. Speaking of being accessible, always plan for patrons who use wheelchairs or have limited mobility. Make sure you have a few seats in the front row or whichever seats require no steps or obstacles for patrons who might need this kind of accommodation. For more information about accommodating patrons with disabilities, email iaservices@fringearts.com. We are here to help. Thank you for watching. Happy Fringe Festival!